Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for some more Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some new information that we got from Ubisoft and Ghost Recon earlier today. So a lot of this information we kind of knew about already, but they did give us a lot of new details surrounding some of the new mechanics, character customization, some of the close quarters combat, and all sorts of other things. So we're going to be talking about that in today's video. A link to the article itself will be down in the description below if you guys want to read through it for yourself. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the video. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the other enemy faction that we're going to be seeing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So obviously we know about the Wolves, so that is going to be the enemy faction that is a bunch of rogue ghosts led by Cole Walker in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. But the other actual faction that we're going to be going up against in the Ghost Recon Breakpoint game is the Sentinel PMCs. So this is a private military contractor that have actually been hired by the Wolves to take care of security throughout the island of Aroa. So if you kind of want to look at it from a Ghost Recon Wildlands perspective, the cartel is going to be the Sentinels in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and with the Unidad being the Wolves in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. But they did say that the enemy AI is going to be much harder in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so that's what we're going to be talking about next. So now with the enemy AI, enemies will work harder than ever before to actually track you down. So on top of the new enemy archetypes that we actually got to see in the reveal live stream, enemy AI has actually evolved to provide a better stealth experience for all players. So if the enemy becomes suspicious of your location, depending on the risk of the situation, they will choose to either stalk the player's last known position or send out a radio call to either alert the camp or send over reinforcements. And also with that, the player's last known position will also be managed more realistically in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, with enemies needing to investigate before they can actually find you if you remain hidden. So it's definitely going to allow you to play a little bit more cat and mouse with the enemies, because they are going to be much more realistic when it comes to them actually trying to track you down. And now moving on to different damage tiers that we're going to be seeing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So they did introduce a new injury system in Ghost Recon that's going to be in the game itself, and these are going to be some of the different damage tiers that we're going to be seeing. So in the first level of your wounds, your ghost will start to occasionally limp, and we will see their stamina reduced. So in the second tier of injury, the ghost will limp heavily, start bleeding, and face difficulty aiming. And then in the third and final tier before death, the ghost will be unable to run, stumbling and limping with only his handgun to protect him. We actually got to see all three of these right at the very beginning of the Ghost Recon Breakpoint reveal gameplay, and I think this is going to be a huge leap forward in gameplay, because it's going to make you think a little bit more before you go into a situation, because if you see a lot of enemies, you're definitely going to have to play stealthy if you want to succeed. And now with the damage tiers and stuff like that, we're going to be talking about the healing mechanics. So a lot of this we already knew, but like I said, they did go into more detail with this. So you're going to be able to use items to bring your ghost back up to fighting shape. So bandages will actually help you gain back tiers of injury, so you can go from a level 3 down to a level 2 back to a level 1 with your actual bandages, and then the actual syringes will top your current level of injury's health. So each injury level is going to have a certain amount of health, so when you actually use a syringe, it will take you up to full health in that injury. So for instance, if you are all the way down to a tier 3 wound, so you're basically, you cannot aim, you cannot run, you're stumbling around, you can only use your pistol, if you use one bandage, that's going to immediately bump you back up to a level 2 injury. So you're going to be able to aim, you're going to have your main rifle out, but it's not going to be very stable. But then if you use a syringe with that, it's going to top off your health in that tier. So if you want to get all the way back up to a brand new ghost, you're going to have to use at least 3 bandages and also some syringes and stuff to kind of get all of your health back. So now moving right along, we're going to be talking about some of the close quarters combat that we're going to be seeing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So you might get hurt, but a ghost can always fight back no matter the odds, and they added a whole new set of brutal close quarters combat finishers to execute your enemies with ruthless efficiency. So we actually got to see some of this showcased in the actual reveal live stream itself, and to kind of go along with that, players are going to have a slot where they can equip melee weapons that dictates which set of lethal CQC finisher animations your ghost has. So each weapon is going to have its own set of animations, so we're going to be seeing a lot of different takedowns within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and at launch you will actually have access to 2 different sets, one with knives and one with karambins. So each animation is going to be a different set, and if the enemy is isolated, there is a longer animation to showcase your kill. So for instance, if you're in a situation where there's guns blazing, there's gunfire all around, it's actually going to be a shorter animation because the enemy is alerted. And if you're in a situation where there's nobody that is alerted, you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, the enemy is isolated, there's going to be a longer, much more satisfying kill animation. So I cannot wait wait to see that. And like I said, with the animation sets, there are different move sets that will actually trigger different animations. For example, if you are in stealth or active combat, or if you approach from the back or the front, it will look different. There's animations for each of those scenarios, and they will have different skins for both sets of weapons, so you can actually find either a knife or a karambit that fits your ghost look, and you're going to be able to see your unique weapon skin during the animation itself. So that's going to be pretty cool. You're going to be able to customize that weapon in a number of different ways. So now moving on, talking about the AI teammates. So I know this has been a huge topic of conversation since the reveal livestream, being the fact that there is no AI teammates in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And from a story standpoint, they've been saying many times that being the fact that in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, it's about the lone wolf survival experience. That is basically why there's no AI teammates, but you will still have access to the sync shot feature. For those of you guys that did not know that, while playing solo, thanks to 3 mini drones that can assist you in battle and taking down up to 4 enemies at once, you still can do the sync shot. Even though there's no AI teammates, you still will have that ability. However, you will need to find solutions to heal yourself, because if you get downed while playing solo, it's over. It is absolutely game over. You're going to have to start back at a checkpoint, similar to how the ghost mode was in Ghost Recon Wildlands, but it's not permadeath. If there's going to be a ghost mode in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I think that would be absolutely insane, just because the level of difficulty in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and if you combine that with a ghost mode, that would just be absolutely insane. So now moving on to our last topic here is going to be choosing your intensity. So Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint is for all players of all skill levels. Just like in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, they will have several difficulty settings from easy to hardcore. So no matter the difficulty setting, you will have tools to adapt to any situation early in the game, and you can use prone camo to hide, carry bodies in stealth, and carry your buddy to safety in combat. You can change your class and prep with your squad at the bivouac, one of the cool new features in Ghost Recon Breakpoint that I cannot wait to experience. But as you progress, you will be able to unlock passive skills and equipable upgrades that will make you a lot more durable in the Aroa environment itself. And then later in the game, the focus will shift from surviving an unfamiliar world towards surviving what your enemies can throw at you by using the best gear, the best skills, and the best tactics that you've mastered while playing. So there's going to be a lot of progression in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We already know that with some of the new skills, some of the new gear, especially the new tiered loot system that we're going to be seeing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. There's going to be a lot of optimization with your characters, with the skills and traits and all that kind of cool stuff, which me personally, I cannot wait to experience. I'm really glad they brought all these things into Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I know there's a lot of Ghost Recon purists out there that are really upset with some of these new mechanics being in the game itself, but we have to kind of move forward in gaming. We can't just literally have a copy and paste of Ghost Recon Wildlands in a brand new environment, because that really wouldn't have worked for the game. I'm really glad to see some of the innovations that's going to give us a longer, game lifetime, I guess you could say, with all of the new DLC that's going to be coming post-launch. But for the most part, that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. I just kind of wanted to give you a rundown of all this new information surrounding some of the in-game mechanics of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. If you guys found this video helpful, you guys are excited about some of these new mechanics coming to the game itself, make sure to drop a like on the video, and also subscribe if you are new. I covered this in a couple other videos, guys, but more than 75% of you guys that are watching my videos are not actually subscribed to the channel. So if you guys are enjoying the content, you guys want to stay up to date on all things with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you guys do not miss any content moving forward. But that is all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.